Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets currently 4:28 p.m. September 1st, 2020. You're looking at my screen. I changed it up a little bit, trying to get a better feel for my main workspace. However, I do most of my trading on this space. This is the one that I've been looking at the most for my early trades and things like that. So let's get into it. Interesting price action. Of course, the biggest players we've seen are Zoom. We're talking Tesla, which is actually down today, and a lot of the EV plays, and actually any of the online space plays that deal with business and workspace and things like that, like Square, DocuSign, Crowd. I don't even know what most of these things do anymore. But we saw some crazy moves, and today was one of those days where I took a trade, it failed, I took a trade, it failed, I took a trade, it failed, I took a trade, it failed. So I was one trade away from just stopping for the day, and I said, okay, in this one, I'm only going to trade if it's perfectly set up the way I want it to, and Tesla preferred. So we'll get into that in a second. The first one was this JNCE garbage stock, very whippy, 43 million shares, and it didn't do anything. Ranged between $1. It was making its move here. I grabbed it a couple times and got flushed down, grabbed it, flushed down, and I think I grabbed it again later on and made a little bit, but just a terrible, terrible stock. I will not be trading that one again in the future. Just stupid. It'll probably go up like 10 points tomorrow, but who knows? I'm not really worried about that. So that was a bad start. And then what I really liked actually was this Square. I've traded this in the past. Was the move, the break of the 165 level. So I just want to show you this real quick. I saw it in pre-market, and it actually was hanging around the 165 level. And if you look at the pre-market time, because it's important for the reasoning behind this particular trade, sorry for my slow scroll, it was like 165. It got through, but never really made a follow through on the 165. So that was my layer to trade there. So it was 165. I'm like, I wrote it down. So it's actually the only one I really wrote down on a piece of paper today, because it was, the number. That was the magic number. I've had a hard time with Square in the past, but I knew this level if it went, and I let the stock open. It fell pretty far. I actually fell to 162. I think it fell 162 pure. Yeah, 162 pure. So it was trading very clean. And then it pushed through 165 here, and look what it did. It went all the way up to 67.32. And what I do, I missed the trade. This happened 3 times, one on Square, one on Zoom, and one on DocuSign, and I missed all 3. So of course what's happening, I knew I was frazzled, and I didn't let it get to me, but it was very frustrating because then I did see Zoom, and I took a trade on Zoom early on, and it was just so whippy. I tried taking the break at this 440 level, and I jumped in a little early, and it just flushed me down, and I took it again, it flushed me down. I was down 250 on Zoom in a matter of no time, and between the JNCE and a couple other moves, I was down 485, and that's when I'm like, okay, stop. $485, I can't let it go below 5, and I can't take a 5th trade loss in a row. So lo and behold, I said one stock, one trade. It has to meet all the parameters, things like that, and it was Tesla. And fortunately for me, I caught this break through the 497 level and took off quite a bit of shares. I got 186 back, so I was feeling really good after that. That was one trade, $186, and the rest of the day I fought with Zoom. And actually, I took a bunch more Zoom trades, and I ended up from negative 250 to positive 95 on Zoom. I was finding the rhythm in Zoom, and what I'm seeing a lot is if it challenges a whole number like 450 or 460, if it comes up to that level from far away, you don't take it the first time. And it will work sometimes. But I let it come down a point or so because I was moving, half a point to a point at a time. I mean, Zoom is insane. And then I took the trade based on the next move through that number, and I was moving in with 100 shares. And then actually at the end of the day, I was moving in with 50 shares. So I was fighting the market all day long from being down. I was down almost $500 at 10 a.m. and I finally found that Tesla trade, and it kind of just put things in my favor. Yeah, I took a couple other bad trades. The other nice trade was this GRAF. Actually, end of the day, break of the EV market was really hot, like SHLL, except for Tesla. All these other guys were just cranking, and you could see here the break of this level, which was the 21.95, and I took it, and it went right up almost a point. I hit the sell button twice, which was unfortunate because I was in for some pretty good shares, and this really helped me get back. I got 86 on it. I probably should have had 150 on it, but that's because I hit the sell button twice, and it was just moving so quick I didn't even have to really worry about it once it made its move, and it was really spready. So you saw spreads between this is actually tight for it, 22.80 and 22.92. But overall, I gotta tell you, it's a sigh of relief, deep breath. The last Zoom trade, I kind of just bought it and then sold it all at once, thinking I can get at least back to break even or maybe even to the positive side. But unfortunately, it did not. So I ended the day down $19. So let's look at the equity curve for today, and I'll show you what I mean. Give me a second. Okay, so I definitely considered myself over trading today. Some of them were pretty good setups, and I missed a couple. I missed 5. I would say it's 5 solid setups, and I gotta get over it. But it's just frustrating. So right out of the gate, here was my first set of trades, which was down $30.40, and then everything just went to hell. And this is where I was down $4.85. And then I hit that Tesla trade, which got me back to 352, chopped around a little bit, and then I started making moves back up, and you can see I ended up down $19.07. So really nice comeback today. It's a tough market. I mean, the markets were, Nasdaq was up 164, the S&P's new highs 26, Dow was down up 215. I mean, it was just insane. So I don't know where the market's going to go going forward. Just going to trade what I see. It could be a little bit more relaxed. And the Zoom trade, I could have gone a little bit heavier, but I decided to only do 100 shares. And at some points I could have done 200 shares, and I would have really been in a damaging position. But obviously on the gaining ones, I went lighter, and those would have worked out. So, hindsight's 2020, of course. And we're just going to hope for the best here and keep trading this week. So it's a crazy first day of September. Hope you guys are having a good one, and I hope these videos are helping, or if you have any questions, let me know. And that's kind of where I stand today, down 19. I'm looking to make September way better than August, even though the markets could be a little bit tougher in September because we have election and things like that coming up. So have a good one, and I'll be in touch tomorrow.